hasn't streamed since last year. Well, the reason why is because we're actually in a court case right now. And she got caught off to my character, to my
Where is she? Where's Filian? No, for real, where's Filian? By the way, let's watch some royalties here video. We haven't done that in a while. I don't know why. I like his videos. I like royalty. Let's watch funny bird fanboy.
VTubers.
Oh, for real? Am I right?
You can't keep getting away with it!
Oh my god.
You can't keep getting away with it!
I just want you all to know this is only my second VTuber video of this year. And around the time this video is uploaded, we are like 134 days into the current year.
I feel like that's not true. I feel like that can't be true. No way. I'm fact checking. Here's one. Like one right here. He made a video about the burnt peanut and people consider him a VTuber, right? So that's 2. We got this one, the Cinder one. Was it this year? 5 months ago? What was it say? November. Damn it. Damn it. What? Did he delete videos? I swear I'm onto him. I just can't prove it. I just can't prove it yet. I'm onto him.
And I think that deserves at least some praise. I most definitely could have done more. I have a lot of things to talk about when it comes to this form of media, because there are so many of them and almost anyone can become one, even the most chromosome deficient.
Here's my impression of a Minecraft villager getting backshots.
What? Oh, what? I love her. God damn it, can I stop doing that?
But as I've found out through the extensive research I've done on this channel, being a VTuber isn't as easy as it looks. For one, you have to deal with the stereotype that many people just assume you're an obese, sweaty man with a voice changer, and
Bro, some people still use this clip, by the way, as proof that all VTubers are just males. Meanwhile, this is a meme video. This is not how this works. There's no way for me to accidentally leak my face like this. That's not how the software works. It isn't.
you are using what is essentially a cute anime girl to hide that fact. You also have to deal with the VTuber community itself, which can slowly erode your mental over the years more than any competitive league game ever could, and it eventually just leaves you as a husk of your former self.
Oh, I can do that too. Give me a second. I can do that too. Yeah. 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 Oh, look, it's Pippa.
Every morning, Pippa wants you to look in the mirror. And to stand as tall as you can. Not on your tippy toes, but like stand straight, okay? And say, I'm a good person. I can do better today than I did yesterday.
Where's your fucking art degree, buddy? Where's your fucking art degree? Oh, you have one? Okay, Hitler.
And let's not forget you.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh, whoa!
You also get exposed to and have to deal with the Guna side of the VTuber community.
I would literally never stop trying to impregnate Pippa. Every day I would wake her up by in her, and every night I would come in her right before going to sleep, which I would do with my dick stuck inside her bunny pussy. I would take some before bed just to maintain my erection so that she'll be ready in the morning.
That mess.
Holy! KoAlan censor. Maybe true.
Message keeps going, by the way. There is at least 2 more paragraphs of it going into graphic detail about their fantasy to have a loving family and fill their favourite VTuber, to say the least. But as I
Oh my god. She read the entire thing based.
was saying, being a VTuber, or more accurately a VTuber with a large audience with a lot of eyes on them, isn't
Chat, what do you think of Rin's rebrand? I think people were unnecessarily cruel about it. I personally think it doesn't really look like her because we are used to the way she looked before. But if she wants to do it, she can do it. That's Rin, yes, that's Rin Penrose. She had a recent re-debut. She changed her look. She rebranded, kind of. Not rebranded, but she changed her outfit. Yeah, it doesn't look like her, does it? But she can do whatever she wants. No, like, if she wants this model, she wants this model. People were unnecessarily cruel. I wouldn't, like, connect my head with that would be Rin, because it doesn't, like, I don't know, it doesn't, like, fit her, like, personality, but who am I to judge, bro? If she wants this, she wants this, that's fine. People were unnecessarily cruel with her. I don't remember who she is. She's a John VTuber that made a lot of shorts. This one. This one right here. This one. Remember that one? That's John VTuber.
As easy as it looks from managing a community that large to try and...
Lopi? Oh, bro, Sam. I mean, she rebranded. She's Anya Iglesias now. She's doing fine. She's happy. But, bro, I miss her ADHD energy as the bunny, too.
Make entertaining content for your audience, to even dealing with drama, which are all things their fleshy counterparts also have to deal with. However, where they differ slightly is...
Why though? Okay, I'm sorry for pausing the video. YouTube said I just wanna like we'll go back 10 seconds or so. Rin Penrose, not Rin Penrose, sorry. Punkalopi, she wanted to have a... She didn't like being as famous as she was because of the shorts. She just wanted to chill with the smaller community, that's why. That's why. She's the video that actually tried to get Kershaw dropped from gamer subs, that's why people hate her so much too. I don't think she tried to get her dropped. But she was definitely virtue signaling about her dropping gamer subs. I don't know how true that is, that Rin tried to get her dropped. I don't know about that. But I do know that Rin very much virtue signaled about, like, leaving gamer subs. Either way. Let's move on.
Content for your audience, to even dealing with drama, which are all things their fleshy counterparts also have to deal with. However, where they differ slightly is when you're a VTuber and you're thinking of maybe hanging up your virtual foreskin, you can just do a so-called graduation, which is a term for when VTubers decide to retire their virtual avatar or persona, and in most cases either rebrand as another VTuber, or in some cases just leave it all behind entirely.
And yeah, a graduation is basically it's over. You leave, you're no longer there. But okay, usually when graduations happen and they rebrand after, it's because they were in a company. Not because they... Like, usually not because they wanted to. And if they do it when they were indie, trying to get a new persona, it's because of drama. Trying to shed their previous skin like a snake.
And it's incredibly easy to do this as a VTuber, as most never reveal personal information regarding themselves or what they look like. Meaning if they do step away from content creation, nobody is probably ever going to recognize them. And they can just up and leave, no strings attached. This is a VTuber fan's worst nightmare. Well, obviously alongside hearing their so-called "oh, she actually has a boyfriend," of which they probably do. Wake up. But this—
For real! For real, man.
This leads on to the topic of today's video, as a certain VTuber not only abruptly stopped
Where is she?
making content, but recently wiped a lot of their past online activity, with no warning or announcement of why they did this. All that
There was a little setup before she left.
was left behind was a cryptic message and a rabbit hole that is still yet to be solved. The last time she streamed was over 6 months ago, and
Has it been 6 months without the Filipino boy? Bruh, I miss her. Bring back the Filipino boy. Bring her back!
it's led people, especially her fans and people associated with her, to come up with a range of theories, like she was burnt out from making content and
I would understand that one. Like, totally. Like, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So maybe she's just, like, taking the break while doing this, and, like, once people figured it out, she's coming back, you know?
graduated, she's rebranding, she's dead, she got deported from the country she's in, or even she got pregnant and quit so she could have the baby.
Prego, I don't think that's true, man. I don't think that's the one.
This only ever happens in the VTubing community, by the way. Either way, it's got a lot of people online worried and wondering where exactly she went.
All of them at the same time.
This VTuber is Filian, and today we're going to be jumping into the rabbit hole head first to see what all the fuss is about, see what people have discovered from the little information they were given, and if they have come anywhere close to answering the question of where she is. But first, as usual, who is Filian?
Who is Filian? Who is the Filipino boy? Who is she?
So what do you think of men who get cooked?
I think that's
No.
really sad. They should.
No.
Can I say that?
What?
No, stop, no!
They should beat
No!
their wives.
No!
It's said that Filian started streaming all the way back in early 2021. However, some have claimed she was active way earlier in 2020, but the clips of said streams and videos are no longer available. Now, Filian originally, although being labelled a VTuber, initially didn't even know what a VTuber was, and her whole streaming career only started because she wanted to play on a Minecraft server with her friends, but you had to be a streamer to play on the server, so she decided there and then to start streaming.
Fair enough.
Her earlier streams were mainly on games like Minecraft and VR chat. Yes,
I want to do some VR chat streams again. Not like with like in VR chat with like just interacting with people there, but just like 3D streams. I'm like starting to like clean up my room now slowly but surely so we can like do 3D streams again. I love 3D streams. They're so fun. Just like moving around in space and interacting with like you guys is so fun.
VR chat of all places.
What the hell?
These earlier streams were mainly watched by friends that she had met through things like VR chat, with her first stream averaging 7 viewers, which for a first stream is actually pretty good.
Actually, yeah.
Whenever Poggy Woggy, whenever I drop them through the bomb of the world, they kill me half the time on
Whenever Pokewoggy. Isn't that her sub sound?
their way down.
In that first stream, she would decide to add a picture of her VR chat model to the bottom right of the screen, I assume so her viewers had something to look at, but little did she know that one decision would actually lead to a very promising career that would change her life going forward, which is a very similar story to the average Warframe experience. Because as soon as you click that play button for the first time, you either come out as a degenerate grinder with thousands of hours, or you come out questioning your masculinity and your identity. There is no in-between. It's very similar to the War Thunder phenomenon. But anyway, Filian simply putting a PNG of her avatar in the corner of the screen was the catalyst for her success. Primarily because it introduced her to the world of VTubing, which is a mistake I also made. Someone
Nah, he loves it. He's 100% a VTuber fan, man.
would come
He even commented on my reactions of his. And like when I comment on his videos, he even gives them like a heart and comments back.
into her stream and think the PNG image was a VTubing model, and because it was static and not moving, they would tell her her VTubing model is broken. But Filian didn't know what a VTuber was, or what the this guy was talking about.
That's what I did. So I put like a little tiny PNG of the mint model, the low phone model right here, and it was a static image. Someone came into my stream and they said, "Hey, did you know your camera broke? Your little VTube camera broke?" And I said, "What's a VTuber?"
But upon researching it, she decided to become a VTuber, but not a conventional VTuber. Because one, she would simply just take a model from VRChat and pop it into a VTubing software so she could track her face, and technically be considered a VTuber, which would be an apparent problem later down the line, but she
Is that about the model? Are you running down about the production? Yeah, it's about a model. But they figured all of that out.
But she would also
Which is also very likely why she's rebranding, to get her own model, to make merch of it. Because she doesn't have merch rights of it, but she did make merch with it, which wasn't so smart of her. But they figured it out.
later use her unconventional means of being a VTuber to her advantage, and it would become one of the main things she was known
Way
for.
to go!
2, 1. Oh frick!
Here we go.
Perfect! I got it! I can do it!
No!
Man, I took 6 laxatives. I'm
What?
flip. You're watching the Filian
God. No!
channel, and I call this one the brown flip.
Oh my god.
LeBron! Stop!
Filian and subsequently her streams became known for their high energy and somewhat impressive acrobatic skills, which most times resulted in her damaging her VR equipment, and she constantly had to keep replacing said equipment.
Bro. Insane. And the fact that she was able to afford them as well, insane. That shit's expensive, bro.
For the next 6 months, Filian would grow her audience to the point where she was now averaging over 100 viewers per stream, and by the end of the same year, she would average 4 times that. However, at the start of the following year, due to a certain event, she would blow up even more. And that blow up is once again something to do with VR chat. As Filian was now somewhat well known within the space, she would get invited to another streamer's event, that being Rafflegator, someone very well known within both the streaming and VR chat space.
Okay.
He was hosting an on-stream event where another streamer throughout multiple rounds would go on dates with multiple candidates, with said candidates
Wait, I actually didn't know about this one.
usually being other streamers or people known within the VR chat space. And round by round, the streamer going on all of these dates would have to eliminate candidates one by one based on how that candidate performed during their date.
Okay.
And I know what you're thinking, but no, these dates aren't taken seriously and they're usually just for entertainment purposes. Rafflegator had already hosted this event multiple times with multiple big streamers, and Filian was invited to participate as a date candidate in the next one, with the subject of this specific stream being the well-known streamer Mizkif. Obviously this was before recent events happened.
Oh no!
The event was streamed in front of thousands of viewers, and this would give Filian a chance to show these thousands
That's how they met. Okay. Because they were like friends before, right?
of viewers her high energy and usual on-stream antics, and she most definitely didn't disappoint.
She's fantastic. I mean,
I'm so glad you guys like it. That was my wall.
That actually sounded real.
What is going on? What? What the hell was that? Oh my god, yeah, we're gonna have to cut that for the YouTube version because YouTube is just stupid at times. I just don't just mute the audio for YouTube. Sure, yeah, sure. Let's mute the audio and just on the screen say questionable sounds. How about that? That works. Cut it out and keep it for your own personal collection.
However, no matter how much Filian tried, she was ultimately eliminated in later rounds.
Congratulations, Momo! You are the winner! Filian, get the fuck out of here! Yeah!
Well, at least she didn't lose to the thing that looks like it was created in the Ark Survival Evolved character creator.
Jesus
Even
Christ.
though Filian didn't win, she was still able to show the people watching how entertaining she could be, even if she was only there for one stream and for a very limited time. Filian would go live 2 days later, doing her usual content. However, a lot more people were present for said stream, over 1,000 to be specific, primarily because Filian had left such a positive impression on the viewers of that streamed event, so a lot of them would go check out her stream, leading to a huge leap in viewership and support, which
Man, I had no idea that's how it went. That's crazy.
would ultimately stunlock Filian, and she would get a bit emotional.
Wait, are there really 1,400 people watching right now?
I know this clip.
Wait, is that real or not? Yeah?
Whenever.
Oh, Tanglor! Are you serious?
From this point on, Filian would keep
That clip was so wholesome, man.
growing. She would do more collabs with big streamers, and she would integrate more into the VTuber community, becoming well acquainted with those within the space, which led to the creation of popular clips like this.
So what do you think of men who get cooked?
Oh no.
I think that's really sad. They should, can I say that?
No!
I think they should be
No!
their
No!
lives.
That's true, and yeah, that's true. That's
I think the way I cut it up with the pauses is fine. That we don't need to censor it.
true. That's true. That's pretty true.
True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty true. I mean,
People absolutely loved Filian's character and her on-stream behaviour. By the end of 2023, she was averaging well over 5,000 viewers per stream, and clips of her were being shared everywhere. However, even though things were looking good, she would run into a major problem. Now, Filian had never really had an official VTuber debut. A VTuber debut is probably the most important part of being a VTuber. It's mainly
Debatable. It's more so important for the corpus. It's not very important for indies. Not very important. Although I am personally planning my own debut. If you wanna check it out. We got a pretty good model coming. In August 28th for my birthday. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. 1 year later than planned. It's gonna be fun.
used to announce the start of their VTubing career or a significant change to their already existing content, like a new model or lore drop. And despite being assigned the title of VTuber, Filian had never debuted or really changed much about her model. It was still a random avatar taken from VR chat and put into a VTubing software, and that's the way it's—
I don't think she put it in Vroid. I think she put it in Varudo. Varudo. It's a different software.
Stayed since she started
But doesn't matter.
streaming. And some would argue by the time she was already well known within the VTubing space, it was already too late for her to debut with a new model. Because
You can always debut with a new model that looks at least similar enough, right? You can always do that. Like, I know people like familiarity, but you still can do it. And I bet that's what she's doing right now. She's getting her own model. Guaranteed.
most people recognized her not only down to her on-stream antics, but also that specific model she used. That's how a lot of people knew it was Filian, so it would be hard for her to just change the model without it affecting things like her brand.
Not exactly true. She used like a smaller model before. Like before she had... You showed clips of it. Here, this one. This one right here. She used this model and she was very recognizable. Then she also had like a chibi looking model that was very recognizable. If she doesn't abuse, dude, I'm gonna jump. Oh my god.
So she just didn't. She continued using that same model for a number of years. She even made things such as plushies and merch based on that avatar.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. Little mistake. It's cute, but she didn't have the commercial rights, which is a little bit of legal issues.
But there was a bit of a problem with her using said model, and the problem becomes increasingly apparent when you go back to 2021 and look at how she obtained her recognizable model and the things she did to make her start as a VTuber.
I didn't know what a VTuber was, but it gave me an idea. What if I took my VR chat model and I started face tracking with it? So what I did was, I went and ripped the model from VR chat illegally. I uploaded it into some software that...
She should have not said illegally! Bro, she should have not said that!
I downloaded off the internet, which is the same software I'm still using today. Because I saw this girl DM video. She recommended this software called Luppet. I said, okay, that'll work.
So Filian had ripped a model directly from VR chat without the creator's permission and based her whole brand off it, which is
legally questionable. Legally questionable, which did get her in hot water.
very bad and short-sighted, especially when considering things like the terms and conditions of said model, and if she was actually allowed to use it commercially for things like streaming or use its likeness for merch. And that's not mentioning the problem if she didn't pay for the avatar and just stole it. With all of that said, if she did even unknowingly break the avatar creator's TOS in any way, it could be grounded.
I don't think she did it knowingly. Like, I don't think there was no malice. Like, there just wasn't. It was just being dumb. It was just being dumb. But yeah, she did not have rights of that model. This model that she uses, it's where is it? Yeah, this is her model. You can literally buy this right now and use it. Filian is a grandma, not a thief. Yeah. She's just a little silly. She's just a little silly. I think she did it out of ignorance because she didn't fully understand how the VTuber space works. It's not about understanding VTuber space. This is about understanding legalities. Sure, it's still ignorance. Sure, but it is a little bit more than just the VTuber space. But either way, this is just a VR chat model. It's not like a VTuber model per se. It's a VR chat model that you can buy, that you can use. I could technically buy this and put it in VR chat right the now. And cosplay as Filian. And other people did do that, by the way. Other people did cosplay as Filian and try to get, like, money from it. Either way, I don't know. I digress. Let's move on.
The avatar and just stole it. With all of that said...
Oh no, she absolutely didn't do it out of malice. I don't think so. I think it was just stupidity.
If she did even unknowingly break the avatar creator's TOS in any way, it could be grounds for litigation and she could be sued because she used their property commercially without their permission.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ironic in hindsight because the very tutorial she mentions following to become a VTuber advised her about this very thing.
10 to 15 hours of videos. That's what I did before I got started on anything. But the other thing is, make sure you have full permission to use your avatar.
Yeah. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Don't take anything from licensed work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have any licensed...
From this one decision
Come on, bruh.
she made early on in her streaming career, you can probably guess what happened next. In July of 2024,
I don't think she got that far.
the creator of the VR chat model would eventually learn who Filian was and what she was doing, specifically using the model they created to things like merch without even notifying them. They would eventually make a public statement saying that Filian had no permission to do any of the things she was doing and that going forward, they have requested things like the merch she was releasing to be suspended, expressing they didn't even want any royalties or benefits, they just wanted to protect the copyright of the character they made. In the following days, a lot of people would pick up on the story and Filian began to get a lot of shit thrown her way because of it, but Filian never really addressed the controversy.
That's the smart thing. You shouldn't. You just, like, settle it behind closed doors and you move on. It's smart. She never addresses controversies, which is so smart.
Just streamed through it, which was actually a good move because she wasn't fueling the controversy directly and a lot of people moved on from it as time went on. But behind the scenes she was already contacting and working things out with the creator, which would eventually conclude in 2025 when they made another statement, which was them basically saying everything was sorted out and Filian had satisfied their requests. But yes, people still criticised Filian for what she did. Some have said critiques are still present to this day.
Yeah, some people are still hung up on it, even though they set it up privately. Like, if they set it up privately, shut up. She learned her lesson, they moved on, it's settled.
But by the end of it, she made things right with the creator, something ideally she should have done initially, but better late than never.
Yeah.
Going past this, she wouldn't have any more significant controversies, and she would still continue to grow, averaging 6,000 viewers per stream. She continued with her usual antics, she collaborated with multiple big creators, she even hosted a VTuber award show, and just...
Bro, it's so sad that the VTuber awards are gone. It's so sad.
Just overall, her streaming career was going very well, which is something since this career originated from her putting a static PNG in the corner of her screen. But Filian's career in very late 2025 would take an unexpected turn because she would suddenly just disappear.
Filian hasn't streamed since last year. Well, the reason why is because we're actually in a court case right now. Oh, and she got caught off to my character, to my
Okay, Chibi!
Stream, I actually did we did have to take that to court, and the kids are involved, and
Oh!
So on the 7th of December 2025, Filian would stream as usual. It was quite a long stream spanning multiple days where she would only end when she finished Minecraft Hardcore, accompanied by other creators like Vedal, Krelly, and Vedal's AI, Neura. But upon eventually finishing the game, that's when things started getting quite odd. There was weird sounds in the background and her stream was starting to glitch, and then suddenly
Abel made it!
the stream cut to a pre-recorded video.
Oh, frick.
I didn't think it would be this. It's happening. It's time for me to go for a little while. You'll be able to see the world, my world.
The stream would then abruptly end, and Filian wouldn't go live the next day, but then days turned into weeks, and
then she was gone. And where is she? Where is the Filipino boy? Where is she? Where is she? Where is Filian?
then months, and it's to the point now where she hasn't streamed for the last 6 months.
Chat, where is she? I'm going insane. No, this can't be happening. Oh my god. Caught by ice. No!
Which left both her fanbase and the wider VTuber community to question where exactly she went. And people came up with a number of theories. Some thought it was another situation with her avatar's creator, maybe there was more compliance issues there, but the creator of the avatar hadn't made a statement like they did before, and there was no indication that there was any issues with her model. Another theory was that she was dealing with personal issues and things happening in her life.
I feel like maybe, right? Like something for her, like that she did have to take a break because of something. I'm not just saying preggers, okay? Not preggers, but like something. Again, maybe burnout, maybe something personal, right? So, to keep her fans engaged, she created this, what do you call it? ARG? Right? And also is probably creating a new VTuber persona, like a new character, new model, new design. So she can come back with it and finally create merch. Because I don't think she would just be taking a break this long if there wasn't something going on. Something. You know, something. Either way, moving on.
The most mentioned being the theory she was pregnant and
just no.
having a child.
Just
Once
no.
again, there is no evidence for this, it's more of a joke than anything, but if we just lobotomize ourselves real quick and assume it is true, well, yeah, she would have to take a break. Can you imagine her trying to do her usual acrobatics whilst pregnant, and she suddenly loses her footing and then falls and... I only said that because I wanted an excuse to use that clip.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that theory is impossible because you're assuming anyone associated with the VTuber community is a sex haver, which is just wishful thinking to say the least. But yeah, there were a range of theories circulating from this was her simply just taking a break because she was burnt out from streaming, to in the worst case, this is her fully quitting streaming. I think even one person who was friends with Filian made a joke that she got deported.
What do you mean one friend who's friends with... It's her mother! It's Chacha, her mother! Her goddamn mother! Also Abel again.
Which made a few people angry and they promptly threw their shit at them, but fans would turn their attention
Rosie! Yo!
to people associated with Filian. Look,
Rosie! What the hell? Rosie!
Looking to get answers, but many were also in the dark, and the people that were actually in the know or in contact with Filian wouldn't divulge much information.
I can't say anything.
Rosie's associated with Filian? No, I think it's from Abel's clip. I think because Abel made a clip about it. Because, again, he like, Royalty got another Abel clip here, you know? I think he just got it from Abel's channel.
There is nothing to comment. There is nothing to say. Of course, Filian's okay. She's fine. She's fine, guys. Guys. She's fine.
Her fans' concerns got even worse recently when, for some reason, Filian's accounts on multiple platforms were completely wiped, which
I think Royalty made my clips,
included her YouTube channel with millions of views where every video was just gone. Most of her presence on the internet was basically wiped with no word from Filian at all, and most didn't know where she was or if she would ever return. Well, just not yet anyway, because when Filian left, she didn't just up and stop streaming without leaving something behind. Some eagle-eyed fans of Filian on the day she left would notice something weird about her last moments on stream, because in the last moments of it, where it glitches for the final time, there is a set of characters, and these characters were associated with the end text of a YouTube link.
Yes.
And if you popped that into your search bar, you get a YouTube channel with multiple videos. This
really
was an
over?
ARG, a game her viewers had to play to find out the truth of what happened to her, and perhaps if they solved it, Filian would return. And I will say this about Filian's fans, they are either the next Einsteins or, more likely knowing her fanbase, extremely unemployed or probably neurodivergent in some way, because they're
Well, go back. Come on, man. Average day of being unemployed, for real.
because they went to work on trying to solve this ARG. A giant Google document was created, this time not
Did they get any further in that, by the way?
to expose anyone, but to archive their findings, and it's honestly impressive what they managed to do. They found clues on the videos present on this newfound channel, they fully dissected each live stream with some that were multiple hours long, looking as deep as performing audio forensics on each live stream to find hidden messages, and most times it turned out they were looking way too far into things than they actually had to. They managed to find clues and hidden messages like "I thought I had more time," "keep looking," and "Filian is lost." Eventually a link to a Discord server was discovered, which then led to a Minecraft server, and
that was an entire thing. Did they get further after the Minecraft server? I don't remember if that was the last update we looked at. I remember.
on the server they began finding weird structures and messages, of which they then decoded and found a link to a website called blackfileindex.org.
Oh yeah, they did get further. They did get further. There was like some website, right?
Which required specific
yeah.
prompts and phrases to proceed,
Yeah.
and once they got past that, they were greeted with a desktop with multiple icons, and they eventually found more messages alluding to what happened to Filian and lore surrounding her. But there was still more to be found. They
that's where we left off,
hadn't completed the ARG just yet, and they still hadn't found the answer to what really happened to Filian. But all of that changed with the next thing they found quite recently.
Oh, whoa, okay. We got news.
They shut the website down.
What?
The new YouTube channel also went poof.
Oh!
In fact, the Discord channel dedicated to the ARG was also shut down, supposedly because people were being dicks to the mods. And that's where the ARG is to this day. They are stuck and can't proceed because one of the essential components is no longer available. I would
Now what? Now Filian is truly lost. Oh man.
I'd say maybe this is a part of the ARG, but it doesn't really look like it. I mean, it is entirely possible people...
Let me read this. So, it was a lack of one after I got to my PC and back read the chat since it was so long. Okay, that's just part of the
People were being so toxic and began harassing both mods and people associated with Filian to get answers to where she is, so they just shut it down to significantly reduce that. Well, that or maybe the ARG was left uncompleted for way too long, so they just got rid of it all and Filian is going to return soon anyway. But there hasn't been a clear answer to what she's doing as of yet. If you want my opinion, this is most definitely a re-debut or
I agree.
rebrand. Do you really think she would go to these lengths just to quit or allude to her getting deported or something? No, she's probably going to debut with a new model any day now, and this whole thing with the ARG...
Any day now, for real. Any day, chat. Any day. She's gonna be big any day. I swear to God. Any day. Please come back. Please come back, Filipino boy.
And wiping of accounts was probably implemented to build anticipation for the debut, because as I said before, if she just debuted with a new completely different model out of nowhere, it would probably confuse a lot of people that are used to her model that she's been using for years, and it might possibly damage her brand in some way, which may be the reason why she hasn't changed the model for over 4 years. But by generating anticipation around it and basically having the whole VTubing community's eyes on her disappearance, so when she does eventually come back, a lot of people are going to be there waiting for her new model, meaning it's going to be an easier transition from the model she's known for and used for years and probably still doesn't have full control over the copyright for, to a completely new model that is vastly different and probably will change the face of her brand.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, maybe she can finally, like, decide if she's a cat girl or a fox girl. Maybe she can finally decide! Is she a fox or is she a cat? She flip-flops between them. I'd like her being a fox girl. I like foxes. I'm a little bit biased over here.
And if this was her plan, she has definitely achieved her goal. Most of the VTubing community is already anticipating her eventual return. But I'm 99.99% sure this is what is happening here. And in the very impossible situation where I'm wrong and this isn't a re-debut with a new model that changes her brand, I don't know, I'll hang from a ceiling fan by my testicles. That's how confident I am. And you have to take into account she has alluded to this new model months before she stopped streaming, and people associated with her have recently talked about it.
It's not gonna be a normal debut. It's gonna be probably the first time in like, well, it's definitely the first time, but maybe the last time anyone has ever done something like this. So it'll be a little bit different, chat. Instead of just debuting, I've been preparing to show you guys my world.
Some people have theorized it's because she lost rights to her model.
Another Abel Clips clip, huh? Another bro. I'm getting the feeling that royalty is watching Abel over here, huh? I'm getting a feeling like royalty likes Abel.
And she's been struggling and needing to clear everything off the internet to try and survive. But I can assure you that's not true. We know for sure things are fine with the original model's creator, and she has been working on a new model for a while. I don't know when that's coming out, but that's all good.
Yeah, it's definitely a debut, and any day now it's gonna drop. I just don't know why some people are getting so impatient to the point where they are losing their shit and attacking other—
Please, I need Filian to come back. We miss her.
other people, and that probably played a hand in the ARG ending so abruptly. It was supposed to be a fun side quest, not taken that seriously. But yep, that's just something I wanted to talk about today. Your favourite acrobatic white-haired gremlin will be back soon. I'm most definitely correct in my conclusion.
Please.
If not, I'll be able to use my testicles like nunchucks in the future. But I'm now going to get my daily on Deadlock, and yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
Well, I think we should censor that word. Yeah, definitely censor that word. Sheesh! Sheesh! Clappy, good video, bro. I gotta watch more Royalty SEO videos, bro. I really haven't watched too many of his videos recently. I don't know why, man. I don't know why. Will Filian return before GTA 6? Yo, that's a good question. Leave your votings below in the comments. What do you think will come first, GTA 6 or Filian? What do you think? Leave a comment, okay? Okay, cool. No, actually, leave a comment. It really helps me. Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye.